Hey, this is Mike McCready, the guy who introduces himself at the beginning of every episode of the Hookblast podcast. And this one, episode 42, is no exception. Although you probably remember me from previous episodes, or you might even remember me from future episodes if you're listening chronologically backwards. Either way, I'm told in podcast host school, they teach you that introducing oneself at the beginning of every episode and stating what the whole podcast is about is standard practice. So, discover catchy songs, 10 minutes, weekly. Okay, let's do this. First up is a rocking country makeup breakup song from Dan Hill Hoops called Heart of Desire. He says it's about a marriage gone sour and the hard work it takes to bring it back on track.
Stand back, now wait a minute, let's see where we went wrong. It wasn't you, it wasn't me, whatever took us so long to get back to where we were, oh so long ago. Let's take a ride through our minds, just like the picture shows. Burning like a fire, I think I'm losing control. You're like the rush of the wind, the way it kisses my chin. You are the heart of my desire. Yeah.
That's Dan Hill Hoops with Heart of Desire. You can play that alongside some Brad Paisley and Toby Keith.
Through tough talks.
When I was preparing this show and listening to this song, it brought about a conversation about some of the hard times we've been through with my wife. Except it wasn't her because she doesn't want me to talk about her anymore on the podcast. So I was talking with a strange woman in my house about some of the hard times we've been through, and she pointed out that sometimes I just don't do enough to make things right again. After the fact, So I took note and ordered some flowers. All right, next up, I have something really fun for you and something you're not going to hear anywhere else. This is from artist Sylvia Saenz, who's an elementary school counselor with a knack for being able to compose music on the spot. She wrote this for the kids for Drug-Free Week. Wait, what? Schools have Drug-Free Week? Is that opposed to weeks with just normal amounts of drugs? Or is Drug-Free Week not to be confused with Free Drug Week? Oh, bad joke, Mike. They're kids. All right, maybe we'll edit that out. Sylvia's artistic name is Delua, and this is That's Why I'm Healthy.
That's why I'm healthy.
All right, that song had Sylvia's students singing and dancing to it, putting books and good food and the boogie in their brains. All right, what do we have next? Let's see. All right, here we go. This is a song from artist Alex Visconti. When I listened to this song the first time, it wasn't really doing it for me. But it didn't take Alex long to get to the chorus, and while it's about as straightforward as hooks come, I think she really nailed this one. You can kind of rock along to it. It's one of those put the cans over your ears and sway your head back and forth during the chorus. This is Make Me Feel. The full version of that song, which you can find on our Season 3 playlist at hookblast.com, is 3.5 minutes of unpretentious escapism. It really is. Okay, we're heading into our fourth hook here on episode 42 of the Hookblast podcast. And this is sometimes where I pause and talk about something, but given how much trouble I've already got myself into, maybe we'll just skip that on this episode. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that. I'll be sleeping on the couch. What do we have up next? Put it up. Okay, I'm starting here. All right, this next song is called Dream Chaser. It describes an eternal chase between two souls spiraling through the eons. Will they ever join, or are they destined to chase each other in dream state forever?
Without delay, here I start this chase again. Round and round and in this cycle, cast around and then in this spiral. How do I end it all? Once again, though the outcome I know, I pretend that it's time I let go. How do I break the fall? Tell me, how many times must I go? How many times till I give up when you don't show? Will I ever find you there? I don't know. But I'll keep sleeping on until we rekindle. I just wanna dream. I just wanna be dreaming. I just wanna dream. I really wanna dream. I just wanna dream.
When we asked NOV47 what their fans also like, the reply was, and I quote, "Songs of pop soca, particularly fans of Teddy St. John's song Vent, would enjoy the groove of Dream Chaser. They would also enjoy tacos, simply because tacos are awesome," unquote. All right, now here's something that falls somewhere in the Americana space between Johnny Cash and Bruce Springsteen. It's artist Joseph Curtis, who's lived all over the United States and wanted to capture the feeling that anything is possible traveling across America in his song, American Highway.
Not waiting till I'm too old, gonna find the ghost of James Dean. There's some girls I ain't met yet, I got races to run. Mama, don't get too upset, I'll be back when I'm done. American Highway, you're a river through my dreams. American Highway, where my fate's a mystery. Now all my troubles disappear and the road ahead is clear. American Highway, I can hear your stories calling me.
That's American Highway. And if you're already in America, you can see a lot of those. Unfortunately, those are the only highways you can see, since most other countries still won't let us in. Stay safe out there, and I mean that. I'm trying to grow my audience here. I need you to stay safe and healthy. Okay, this is another one of those songs that upon first listen, I just wasn't bought in. But I gave it some time, and I'll admit I don't usually click in to see a band's video because I'm all about how a song sounds and how it grabs me the first time I hear it. But after listening to Caught the Gist of It by The Drawn, and then seeing lead singer in small-town West Virginian Dennis Ray Watts, the song and its authenticity really clicked for me, and it just made it even catchier. So I'm recommending this band's video, and there's a link to it in the show notes. And if you're watching this video version of the podcast, then I'm going to see if we can secure the rights to show you the clip right here. This is The Drawn with Caught the Gist of It.
And loneliness, our loneliness is all there was. Some of the words got lost on tango tongues have lived. Why highest cross and shooting sparks? We caught the gist of it. Caught the gist of it.
I love the banjo in that song. I recommend checking out the band's website too. There's a link in the show notes.
Who'd ever dream we'd meet homegrown.
Okay, that's all the time we have for this week's episode 42 of the Hookblast podcast. I hope this podcast leaves you feeling more like you do now than when you got here. I always do. All songs are used with permission from the rights holders. Please share this episode with someone you know who can use a few good tunes in their lives. Rate and review this podcast in your podcast app, or if you hated this episode, send it to your enemies. Okay, have a great week, unless you've got other plans. I'll catch you back here next week with a fresh batch of new hooks. Bye-bye.
We call the jester.